Just watch this. This was Stephen A. walking onto the set moments ago.
Like a mob man.
This man is focused. He's yelling at Jay. He's yelling at me. Then he goes out, he's searching out Jalen. He wants to know where Jalen is. Stephen A. Smith is ready to go. So the moment is here. It has arrived. Stephen A., the floor is yours.
You know what? You too. Ryan, you my man. You know it. I love you. My boys. My boys. Patience. How old are you? How old to say it?
37.
How old are you?
46.
Oh, damn it. Y'all wasn't even born. Y'all weren't even born the last time the New York Knicks won a title.
I was born in 1973.
19. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's your birthday?
January.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a lie.
My bad. My apologies. Stop. My apologies. You were 5 months old, still in the damn crib for crying out loud, and you talking to us about patience? Mr. Detroit, first of all.
I was in the top drawer. I was not in the crib.
All right, fine, whatever. Man, technicality. That's all of us. Don't act like this is new. We were at the top drawer. I know what that is. Okay. We don't hear nothing about no patience. Patience? That's 1973 since the New York Knicks won a title. We talk about Walt Clyde Frazier. I'm talking about when they actually liked his outfits. We're talking about Willis Reed. You understand? That's what I'm talking about. What are you talking about, patience? The New York Knicks. First of all, we understand that the disappointment of Patrick Ewing years because even though they teased us, Dave Checkitts and Ernie Grunfeld did a marvelous job of teasing us into believing that this team will win the championship, that somehow, some way they would beat Jordan. They lied to us for a decade, but it's okay. It's okay. That comes with it.
To the finals twice.
That's right. And lost. Don't get me started. John Starks Game 7. Don't get me started. 1999. That wasn't really a finals appearance. It's just lockout shortened season. You wasn't going to beat San Antonio with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Don't start with me. The point is, since that time, they have been moribund. They have been pathetic. They have been god-awful.
Who do you blame?
And excuse me. That's not the point. I'm talking to you right now. Okay. Mr. Detroit.
Yes, sir.
Michigan. And all of that other stuff. You weren't thinking about no New York Knicks. Don't act like you care now. And you.
I'm a Nets fan.
And you. A Nets fan. Went to Duke. Yeah, you went to Jersey, but you went to Duke. You wasn't trying to be in the city. Y'all stopped caring about New York a long time ago. And you greedy.
What'd I do?
Excuse me, you co-signed this. You co-signed this. Listen, I don't want to hear anything about no patience, man. I don't want to hear this.
When we said patience, we were talking about what this process currently is. The narrative has somewhat changed. All of a sudden, a couple of days ago, it was like, well, everybody's going to Brooklyn. Now, all of a sudden, we're saying is all options are all of a sudden back on the table.
I understand that, and I definitely support that because I think the New York Knicks should offer Kevin Durant the max no matter what and wait for him and build around him. I get all of that. What I'm saying is the rhetoric, the drivel, the blasphemy coming out of the mouths of you two. Y'all need to calm down and be patient. Like New York Knicks fans have no reason to be frustrated. Like New York Knicks fans should be thankful and grateful. What the hell is going on with you two? What has happened?
But all of your teams can't be favorites. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What's your point?
Uh-oh. You root for Alabama.
What's your point?
Okay, your only squad is struggling.
Listen.
So, no,
I don't care about college football really that much. It's great, but I got to pick one of them.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the Knicks should retire Carmelo's number?
What does that have to do with the price of tea?
It has to do about a lot of things. It has to do about a lot of things. Okay, I know where he's going.
Okay.
It has to do about a lot of things.
Let me answer this question. I would say to you, it's a struggle for me because he only made the playoffs a couple of times. But
thank you.
But Melo showed up for the most part in his career there. And more importantly, you should want to hang his jersey in the Raptors because he's the only person that wanted to be there in the last 20 years.
Can I ask what I consider to be a slightly more relevant question today, which is anything. But that said, the idea that KD might still come here, I had given up on that notion, and Wendy brought life to it this morning, and Jay Will kind of co-signed that notion. Do you believe there is a real chance that when we're all doing specials here, we're going to be on the afternoons on free agency week, that we're going to be talking about Kevin Durant signing with the Knicks?
I think there's a chance because bottom line is this. Say what you want about James Dolan, and his reputation is pathetic, but he does have a very good reputation of taking care of his own players. He goes beyond the call of duty to take care of them. Kevin Durant is injured. He's not going to be playing next year. The bottom line is you could offer him the 4-year max. He's going to still – listen, you could talk about he could make money, he could lose money. Obviously, I'll leave that to Wendy. But in the end, what it comes down to is to sign a 4-year max deal with the New York Knicks. With the New York Knicks saying, we're going to wait for you and we're going to build this team around you. I don't mind it at all. And I don't think KD would mind that. Do I know whether or not that he's going to do that? I have no clue. But I'm saying I'm hopeful. But in the end, what I'm saying to y'all is I don't want to hear from you two.
Here's what I mean by
about the patience stuff.
Here's what I mean about
traitorous.
Get this man a towel. He's sweating.
This guy's hot in here.
I know it is.
What's wrong with y'all?
So I got your back. Here's the thing I want you to do. Don't be disappointed if they don't get one of the top 2 or 3 free agents. If they don't get Kyrie, if they don't get KD, if they don't get Kawhi, I don't want you to panic.
Why not?
Because what has happened with the Knicks is you guys have done knee-jerk moves and not had a level of patience to build something. You guys watch the Lakers and see their championships like, oh, we're going to change something right now overnight.
Right.
You drafted Knox. You got Dennis Smith Jr.
Right.
R.J. Barrett's going to be a 20-point scorer in the league.
Yeah.
40% of the players in the NBA are currently free agents.
Absolutely.
It's going to be
and a lot of teams got at least $19 million in cap space.
Correct.
I get it. But here's my point to you. I understand it, and I'm vibing with that belief. I spoke to the New York Knicks on several occasions over the last few months, obviously. That's their plan. If they can't get a superstar, they're going to build from the draft. They're going to go young. They're not going to spend money on second-tier players. They're not spending max dollars on second-tier players. I get all of that. But that's an entirely different mentality that we should have. The New York Knicks doing that, I understand it. But what you need to understand is by them taking that route, we have to subject ourselves to the likelihood that they're going to be mediocre or worse for at least another 3 years.
It's worse than
Damn
that.
it!
It's worse than that.
Worse?
Because
Worse?
it's worse. Because what if KD
And Kyrie go to
right
Brooklyn.
are right over there? That's really the disaster. It's one thing if you lose to the Warriors or the Clippers,